Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Are ants filthy and should I avoid them during prayer? Tamam. So the idea here is the person is asking, I'm in salah and there are potentially ants around. Are they filthy? Are they najasa? And should I avoid them during the prayer? Now, Islam is a religion of logic and sense, right? There's a lot of sense in Islam. Already from the outset, even though you may not have been trained in sacred law, understand that Islam will never place you under duress with a situation over which you have no control. So when it comes to matters like ants and insects, for example, a fly and the like, this is basically unavoidable. And that should give us a clue already in terms of how the Sharia would view that. But from a more fiqh perspective, the first point that we look at is, are we speaking about ants that are alive or ants that are dead? Ants that are alive, herein we can easily distinguish between what is filthy and what is not, because our sacred law teaches us that all animals are alive, or all animals who are alive are pure, except for dogs and pigs. According to the Shafi'i school, all animals who are living, except for dogs and pigs, are considered tahir, they are considered pure. So for as long as an animal or an insect is alive and it is not a dog and it is not a pig, then for the Shafi'i school of thought, that animal would be considered tahir. And therefore, whether you are in salah or whether you are concerned with cleanliness in general, you would be considered clean. Then we look at the issue of the animal that passes away, the animal that dies. Now, when it comes to insects and when it comes to any other creature for that matter, if an animal dies, right, and it is an animal that you cannot consume, right, so either it was not slaughtered in a way that is recognized by the Sharia, or you cannot consume the animal because it is generally impermissible to consume, then that carcass or that mayyit, that animal would be considered filthy. So looking at ants, for example, we cannot consume ants because they are hasharat, mustaqbaha, what is considered to be disgusting, filthy, dirty creatures, insects. We cannot consume them. So does the hukm then apply? The same thing would apply to an animal like a cat, for example. A cat, while it is alive, is considered pure. But if the cat dies, then that cat is considered najis, right? The body of that cat is considered najis. So how does that apply with an ant? Now we go back to the first principle that we spoke about. And as soon as the Sharia recognizes that al-ihtirazu minhu la yumkin, or fi ghalabat al-ahyan la yumkin, that to protect yourself from a particular type of najasa is either extremely difficult or not possible, then immediately that gives us a clue that the Sharia would consider that ma'fuhun anhu, that the najasa in question is pardoned, it is overlooked, it is not considered to be such najasa that would actually affect the salah or any other state of purification that you may find yourself in. So putting all of that together, for ants that are alive, while you are praying, if ants crawl over you, number one, you cannot protect yourself from it. But number two, they are tahir anyways because they are alive. Then if ants are dead, right, if ants are, there's a row of dead ants, for example, then technically that would be considered najasa, but it is ma'fuun anhu, because how on earth are you going to try and avoid every little dead bug that, crawls on the earth? So that's essentially the answer to that particular question, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah.